Hey girls, guess what? It's Christmas! Yeah! First and foremost, I hope you are all having a wonderful holiday back at home with, all your friends and family and all that. First and foremost, wish you happy holidays and all that jazz. Now with that out of the way, we can get to the real reason we're all here. My entry in the, why not? Let's give it an official title. The 2010 Nerd Off. Now, I've seen that Katie, Sammy, you two started out with the whole anime and manga route, so I think I'm gonna start with that as well. And this is gonna take a minute because apparently, when I was younger, I had nothing better to do than watch anime and read manga. So I have a bit of a list. Okay, here we go. Starting from personal favorites and just stuff that you may be familiar with. I have read all of, or seen all of, or have seen and read enough to be familiar of One Piece, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Bleach, Naruto, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, Yu-Gi-Oh! Fairy Tail, Death Note, Beck, Hunter x Hunter, Sayuki Hikaru no Go, Shaman King, Gundam, Eyeshield 21, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Paranoia Agent, Outlaw Star, Tenchi Muyo, Ronin Warriors, Sailor Moon, Cardcaptor Sakura, Big O, Gurren Lagann, Zoids, Dot Hack, Sign, Zatch Bell, Pokemon, and the films of Hayao Miyazaki. Whew! However, my love for Japanese entertainment does not stop there. If any of you are familiar with Power Rangers, which I will admit I unironically watch and adore, there's just something about young adults transforming into brightly colored superheroes and wailing on monsters that I just find extraordinarily appealing. Well, if you're familiar with that, you may be familiar with its source series from Japan, Super Sentai, which I've also started following, There's just something to be said about the original. Not quite the same as the American version, but hey, that's nice. Variety is the spice of life. But what I've really gotten into lately is kind of Super Sentai's big brother, something known as a Kamen Rider. Rather than having a team of young adults transforming into superheroes with brightly colored costumes, it's normally got anywhere from 1 to 3 young adults transforming into not quite as brightly colored costumes and fighting evil. Getting into entertainment from more foreign countries, well, just like all of you, Harry Potter nerd. I mean, how can I not be? Still got all 4 of the rubber bracelets I was issued when I got my copy of Deathly Hallows. Way back when, on that fateful night. And even though I wasn't able to go to a midnight release of all of the movies and all of the book releases, I'll say this. I got a speeding ticket when I was going to get my copy of Deathly Hallows. I was that concerned about getting there on time. I broke the law for Harry Potter. Can any of you say the same? In addition to Harry Potter, I do have a thing for, the kind of not really high fantasy, but kind of, not really urban fantasy either, but that mix of kind of contemporary humor and situations with the old school magic and fantasy stuff, which is why I'm also a big fan of Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. If you haven't gotten into those, you really should. It's a whole great big universe about a flat disc-shaped planet which is held up by 4 elephants that are all riding on the back of a giant turtle that swims through space. If that isn't enough to make you want to start reading them, nothing ever will be. Also in the vein of Harry Potter and Discworld, I am a big fan of the Dresden Files. If you like old, pulpy detective novels combined with a healthy dose of sarcasm, drunken pothead vampires, zombie T-Rexes, black magic turkeys, and, well, just a healthy dose of tongue-in-cheek magical humor, Dresden Files is totally for you. I absolutely love them. I collect neckties. Do I have to wear a tie to work? No. Do I ever expect I'll be in a profession where I have to wear a tie to work? No. Well, to be honest, I just think they're cool. And I can't really think of anything that says nerd quite as strongly as a 23-year-old who likes ties just because he thinks they're cool. Except for maybe a 23-year-old who is a huge food science geek. I'd be surprised if none of you knew this, especially seeing as how I just gush about food all the time. But yeah, I've been kind of into the botany and the chemistry and the physics of what exactly goes on with cooking since I was about 15 years old. A good example of this? This is Harold McGee's On Food and Cooking. It is several hundred pages. As a matter of fact, let me just get a page count right here. Alright, at the very end of the book, I'm going to go ahead and include the index. It is 883 pages, all about food. Are there any recipes in here whatsoever? Not a single one. It is 883 pages of botanical families, ideal storage temperatures, protein coagulation, acidity levels, chemical compounds of herbs and spices, things like that. There's no actual, recipes or procedures in there. It's all about, well, just the molecular mambo of cooking. What actually happens when you apply heat or pressure or acid or salt or anything to your food. And honestly, I just find that really, 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 really cool. Another tick on my food nerd checkoff list. I'm currently reading a book about the history of salt. Yes, that's right, salt. And you know what? It's actually really, really interesting. You wouldn't believe it, but even aside from just the various cool things it can do chemically, salt had a bigger influence on the world than most people really ever realize. It's important stuff. I am also a big Doctor Who fan, if in case you couldn't tell by my two sonic screwdrivers and the pictures of the TARDIS front that I made, link will be down there in case any of you haven't seen it. I am a huge proponent of the Doctor and his time and his travels through time and space. As a matter of fact, another one of my nerdy habits, I like to go to fan conventions. I've been to Mid-South Con in Memphis once, and I've been to Dragon Con in Atlanta twice. Hopefully I'll go more. And I'm also planning to go to LeakyCon in Florida this summer. That'll be my first time there. But anyway, each time I went to one of these conventions, I always had one of my Doctor costumes handy. I have 3 complete, 10, 11, and 7, and I'm currently working on a 4th Doctor costume. That scarf's pretty hard to get right, especially if you can't knit. Unsurprisingly, I am also a nerd fighter. Read almost all of John Green stuff. I've done Looking for Alaska, Paper Towns, and Abundance of Catherines, and Will Grayson. I know he's written a short story in an anthology. I think it's called Let It Snow. I haven't read that one yet. I need to get up on that. But I am a proud citizen of Nerdfighteria, and one of the reasons I'm hoping to go to LeakyCon is they're actually hosting a teen literature event at the same time. It's operating in conjunction with LeakyCon. This would be a great chance to, go down to just nerd out about Harry Potter and actually meet John Green, which would be pretty freaking awesome. And another reason I really, really want to go is I think I finally found a gift I can give him. Occasionally fans give the people they are fans of presents, and sometimes they're humorous, sometimes they're heartfelt, but I think this one is pretty awesome. Best wishes! In high school, I was also in the band, just the normal wind ensemble and the marching band. And Katie, of course you would have that attitude about the trumpets. All trumpet players have that same kind of arrogance. I don't know why, but they always do. But I wasn't just in the band in high school. Oh, no. I entered the band in 6th grade. That's right, I was a band geek for 7 years. Another one of my proud nerd tendencies that got me through most of middle school and high school was in 7th grade, I actually joined our Scholars Bowl team. Scholars Bowl, Quiz Bowl, Trivia team, whatever you want to call it. I was a member from 7th through 12th grade. I mean, how much nerdier can you get? You're in an organization whose sole purpose is to compete with other people who know a lot of stuff. That's the entire point, is to just know as much about everything as you can. You can't get more purely nerdy if you tried. And also, as any good and true nerd is, I'm into video games. I think everyone has fond memories growing up, or at least every child of our generation has fond memories growing up, of Mario, Sonic, Link, Kirby, the Triforce, Hyrule, the Mushroom Kingdom, and the World Street Fighter Tournament. And plus, like every guy that I know who grew up around the same time as me, I'm not sure if this is quite the same as girls, I was big into just normal computer games, PC games. King's Quest, Wolfenstein, Doom, all those bring back fond memories. Just basically, well, point-and-click adventure games and, well, mindless shooting games. They were just a whole ton of fun back then, and they still are now. And as Charlie said before me, you can't really be a good nerd without a collection of nerdy t-shirts, which I have in spades. First, I have my All 11 Doctors Crammed into a TARDIS That Is Not Bigger on the Inside shirt, my decidedly Asian Star Wars t-shirt, my hand-painted, hand-stenciled Dalek t-shirt. This was a birthday gift. This was very, very special. My Nunchucks shirt. Get it? Nunchucks. My As Seen on TV shirt from when I was in my school's media production class. My Magneto t-shirt. My very, very old Spider-Man t-shirt. My older still ADV Films shirt, just in case you don't know, ADV Films is an anime production company. My Full Metal Alchemist t-shirt. My Gallifreyan Institute of Technology t-shirt. And this t-shirt right here, which some of you may go, wait a minute, that just looks like a t-shirt from your college. How is that any nerdier than normal? I'll show you. Bam! Ina E. Gordy Honors College. Even getting into college, when people are supposed to start, growing and becoming less socially awkward and more normal, even in college, I was a huge nerd. I mean, the learning community I lived in, the Honors College, we were collectively known as the Nerd Herd. It's got an owl on the back, and it's actually got a quote from one of our professors. No knowledge is not useful. Words to live by. Also, as of late, I've kind of become just the tiniest bit of a theater nerd. Sadly, because my high school was, poor, backwater, and kind of had it out for the arts, I didn't really have a chance to get into theater in high school. But coming down to college, that really changed things. I actually managed to see more theatrical productions and see people I knew in them and hear exactly how fun they were. Sure, it took me till, basically a year ago to really get into it, but just once I started acting and getting into theater and everything, it's a lot of fun, from, reading plays to actually being on stage to doing set design and building stuff. I mean, I took stagecraft just for fun, and I think next semester I'm going to take an AutoCAD set and prop designing course just for fun. Do I intend to go into theater as a profession? No. Do I intend to go into set design as a profession? No. I just want to learn how to do it because I think it sounds like fun. So, yeah. There's my entry into the Nerd Off, and I guess we'll have to, confer with each other, or maybe let the other viewers of your channel decide exactly who's the nerdiest and who wins the prize. Well, I guess we'll just see. I'm sure we will we can and will discuss this with each other sometime fairly soon. But, just in closing, you're all fierce competitors, definitely deserving of the nerd cred you have. And before I leave, I just want to, again, wish you a Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a happy and nerdy New Year.